This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Now, for a good part of my existence, God, since the beginning of time, Battletech has been a huge thing in my life. I've got tons of old metal miniatures and stuff, and I'm going to tell you something. It is a game that I absolutely adore. I have been very hesitant, even though I have bought things for it, and I kind of went over the rules. But I recently started playing the Command Edition of Alpha Strike, and I have to tell you this much: I like this. But to go a little further, Battletech has come out with a nice little box here, or Catalyst has come out with a box here, a beginner box, the way they did with the original Battletech, which is nice. We're going to go down, take a look at this. I'm going to talk a little bit about the rules a bit of Alpha Strike so you get a feel for what's going on. Because my biggest hesitancy has, well, we'll talk more about that on the other side. So why don't we go down, take a look at this box set. I'll go over the rules briefly, and so you understand, so you could see if this is for you. And then we will come back on the other side, and I will give you my thoughts on Battletech. Right, so we're going to take a look at this Alpha Strike starter kit, and I'm going to take off. You're going to get this primer thing, which is going to give you some history if you never played any type of Battletech, which I know most of you done. Then you've got, there's so many books out there. They got a nice little short story here for you, but the main heart of it is right here, where you are going to get 12 figures. Okay, you're going to get a couple of dice because that's all you need in this. The most important part of this is these cards, okay? And you're going to have field support and different pilots that you can have. And I'm going to take this out here and just kind of give you a brief overview of everything. The quick start rules, listen, start here. It's really, really great. It does everything that you need it to do and tells you everything that you need to do the basics here. You're going to get a couple of quick start rule guides, which are important. You're going to get a ton of buildings here and some trees, so you can just kind of right off the start here get going. You can have objectives. These here markings will tell you if you're just doing, you know, a basic standstill, or you jump or sprint. That way you can keep track of everybody that you have a for any kind of area effect weapons. Again, more trees. It really gives you everything that you need to kind of get started. I mean, these trees are just, you know, I gotta be honest with you, these are pretty cool. They come out nice and easy, okay, as you just saw there, okay. And I'm actually going to put one together here, and just so we can have a, see, boom, insto tree, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to shut the camera off for a second, and then I'm just going to take two mechs and just kind of show you how an attack goes and movement and all that other stuff works. So I really want to show you how easy this is, and everything is run off this card. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get some sleeves, because then you can use a dry erase marker on here. There's some things that are really important in here, which is your range, okay, and we'll go over that in the card in a minute. You have your movement, your TMM, which you're going to want to mark with a thing here, because what that's going to do, it's a target movement modifiers, okay, and that you're going to want to keep that there. So it changes with how fast and what this does. The more this moves or jumps and stuff like that, you're going to add certain numbers to it. There are terrain modifiers and things like that when you're attacking and stuff like that. But we're going to go over the Sador in a second. You have your range. And then over here, and I want to bring that up here, is armor. And then you've got something else, and then what happens when you get hit with criticals. If you have any kind of specials, Okay, we're not going to cover any of that. Okay, but the neat thing about this is how this works. It runs off initiative. So if we had a bunch of mechs here, both sides would roll. This side has 8, and then this side would go and they have 8. They would roll again. But just for time's sake, let's just say that they lost the initiative. Okay, they would have to move first. So if you lose initiative, you move first and you move everything. And then you attack with everything. So let's say everybody moved, okay? And let's go through how an attack works, okay? First off, we are going to have this handy-dandy thing here, which is a quick start rule chart, which helps you in Alpha Strike. And Sador is what you are going to go to. So first, you're going to go with skill. We're going to go with a basic piloting skill of 3. So the higher the skill, the lesser your pilot is. So you want to get to a skill 1 or 0. It means that your pilot is highly trained. But let's just keep it basic at 3. So you're going to take the basic target number of 3. Okay. Then we move down. After S is T, which is target modifier. What's their target modifier? Well, didn't move or anything like that, and the basic target modifier for this unit is 3. So we're going to add that. So now we're up to 6. He just did a basic move. So what we'll do is keep that there. They're both. He stood still, and this person here did a basic ground move. So it's the target modifier, like I said, which would be 3, which means that when they attack back, it would be anything. And what we're going to do is just say that they moved their basic ground movement, so they can use their target modifier, which these things tell you perfectly. So now we're still up to 6. Now, is there any kind of terrain or partial cover or anything? If there was, then we would be adding numbers if this tree was in the way. But we're not going to have that tree in the way. We're going to stay at 6 right there and keep our modifiers. There's death from above and charges and stuff like that. Now the range modifier, okay? What's the range here? Okay, for short, and that's up to 6 inches, which let's just say that they are at 6 inches, just so we can keep in there, so our wasp can do anything. Our wasp will do 2 hits if they're able to hit. Okay, so now that we've got that, and then we're saying short, so there's no modifier. If it was at medium, it would be +2, but it would do no damage. Okay, and then if it's at long, it would be +4, so that 6 would become an 8. At long range, it would become a 10 that you would need to roll on 2d6. Now, in the command book, okay, now I didn't see it in the short book. The command book really makes it interesting. Instead of just rolling once and possibly missing, you roll for each point that you can do damage on, which makes sense, okay, which I kind of like. So we're going to roll twice to see if we can hit. So the first time does a 7, so he's going to do 1 point of damage out of the 2 that he could do. Then he's going to roll again, and 4, so that's a complete miss. So he does 1 point of armor damage to this particular unit. Okay, now there's a couple of things here. Just like the old Battletech, if you roll a critical, which is a 12, you are going to roll on a critical hit chart. And this is really interesting because I'm just going to roll here. 9. Ooh, 9. There are 2 areas where you don't do any critical damage, and that is a 5 and a 9. Okay, so if I rolled a 12 and then I rolled on this chart, well, guess what? That critical did nothing. It would do 1 point of damage, though, to the armor. If you roll another 12, mech is destroyed. Or number 2, ammo hit, which you will go to on this chart here, and different things would happen. If I rolled an engine, you would mark it off, and then you would take what the modifiers and things do. For instance, I know this is kind of hard. If I hit the engine, it'd be +1 heat and firing to firing weapons. Or if I hit the weapons, it'd be -1 damage. So if I tried to do another short range attack, well, guess what? I would only be able to do 1 because it's -1. So you can disable these things. It's quick, dirty, and fast. And there's not the micromanagement that you need to do. On the other side here, there's all kinds of different battle support things that you can do. You can have, it really just opens up a just complete wonderful experience to what is already just a great game. I think this is a fantastic starter set, and I'll tell you another thing. I really am liking the Alpha Strike rules as something that I can get Battletech to the table and play it pretty quickly. And if I really have an all-day rainy day on Saturday, I could play the micromanage version as well. So just fantastic. Let's go up top and get my final thoughts on this fantastic set. So, you know, when I picked this up, I was like, okay, you know, do I really need this? Yeah, I do. This really, along with the Commander's Edition, and I really suggest you get this, I did not shy away, and I also, by the way, and I didn't take it out. They had the Alien World Battle Mat, and I buy the ones with the hexes on it. That way, I could play it without hexes or with hexes, and so nice two-sided maps and stuff like that. And Catalyst does a great job with BattleTech. This Alpha Strike here, I've got to tell you this much. Being an old-time Battletech person and being someone that, you know, okay, I got to get a ruler out. I just like to having hexes. The complexity of Battletech is some of the things that made Battletech great. But Alpha Strike being simpler, and I don't mean simpler, but where everything makes sense, it's easy to understand, it's easy to play, and you know, it's quick, dirty, boom. You know what I mean? You're playing battles, and you know the complexity is still there, but it's not overtaking the game that the original does at times. I love this. I think it's fantastic. I think it's something, man, I want to play Battletech. All right, let me just get these cards out and let's go. And you add up your points and you get yourself a quick little battle. Boom, 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 boom. And you are just off and running. Easy to understand. Really takes some of the complexity. And then if I want to do something different, you know, I could play the hex game and really micromanage. You know, if I'm in that mood to micromanage, I can do that too. And that's the beauty of having both. I don't think one's better than the other. I think they both have their place. But this box set here that you can go out and get, I'm telling you right now, with the 12 beautiful miniatures in it, and then all the separate stuff that you can get for this, this is a home run. This is a home run and a must-have for sure. So I definitely think you will enjoy this. The quality of the miniatures are a lot better than the original when they first came out with those starter sets for the original Battletech. The miniatures are more detailed, the plastic's better, and well worth it, and definitely fun to paint. Painting mechs is fun. So there's a lot of enjoyment in that box, and I highly suggest it. Until next time, it's your old pal Ron. We'll see you soon, everybody.